Currently in the middle of, or currently beginning to work out the neck here. I decided to go a different direction. One of my favorite wood suppliers had recently posted on their website that they were having a sale on flame maple neck blanks. So instead of just doing a rock maple neck, I have decided to do a flame maple neck. Now I got it sanded to about 120, and I want to see which side has got more flaminess. That's a word. And then that'll determine which side I'm using for the back of the neck versus the face of the neck. Well, that one's got pretty decent flame to it. Well, it's pretty good all the way through. But I think maybe I like this a little better. Oh, and while I got the naphtha out, just for fun, because I haven't really shown y'all what this looks like since I got it all cut out and stuff, and it's super pretty. So yeah, wow. Anyway, so after a bit of thought and careful deduction and things like that, I have decided that instead of doing a rock maple neck, I'm going to do a flame maple neck. This thing's going to be all kinds of figured maple when I'm done. I got a figured maple fretboard, and I got a figured maple neck, and I got a figured maple body, and it's all figured maple. So I'm trying to remember which side I said I wanted to. I think this is the side I said I wanted to use for the back. Right?
I thought you said the other side.
Was it?
I don't know.
Darn it! Grab me the rack again. Okay, now that's the back. I'm getting ready to work out the scarf joint. You know, I still haven't tackled a carved neck, and I know most guys tell me that carved neck's actually easier, and it might be. But it's hard to do carved neck when your board's only like 7/8 of an inch thick. So if I cut that, and then I flip that over, then I'm a 12-degree break, and that should line up under typically about my 3rd or 4th fret where I normally do that. Should give me plenty of room to glue it in. Now the other thing I need to check, that's square before I cut. Otherwise, if that's like that, then my whole scarf joint's off. Wish I had a better guide for doing this, but I didn't cut it great, but alright. The idea of this came from Highline Guitars. At least that's who I saw do it first. So basically I have a sanding block that rides on a sled that is cut to the proper angle for the headstock. So I put sandpaper on the inside of it. It sits on here and it rides on the sled and once I get down to the point where I'm no longer cutting wood, it just rides back and forth on the sled rails. And when that happens, then I have to scoot it forward a little bit so the sandpaper's hitting it again. I just have a couple of wedge blocks in here that I'm using to keep it wedged in. Some people have asked me why I don't make this wider. Like if I made the whole sled wider, I could do the headstock and the neck at the same time. And you're right, but at this point I already have it built like this, and if I redo it all, that's more time I'm killing trying to build a sanding sled rather than building guitars. And I kill enough time in the garage building jigs and templates and doodads and other doohickeys and things like that that interfere with me being able to build guitars. So until this proves that it will not do its job anymore, I'm going to stick with it this way.
A few minutes later.
except for the fact that it dips down just a little bit right there. I think that's good. And honestly, that's gonna get mostly carved away anyway. Okay.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay. That is still a lot of effort though. I don't have a center line marked on the neck yet, and I should probably get that done before all hell breaks loose. Should have did that already, but okay. Now, I need to drill for 2 pins. I want to keep them as far away from anything I'm going to be doing as possible, so the holes aren't left when I'm done. over there. Alright, so we're ready to glue the scarf joint. I had to reload the glue bottle. It was low. Yeah, other than the fact that sanding the scarf joint's been kind of a pain in the ass. This is a nice hunk of wood. I'm looking forward to using it. I do think I'm going to have to get over my nerves about carbon fiber stiffening rods in this one, though, like I said, because God, we're looking at a 7-string guitar here, so a lot of neck pressure, but also the fact that we're talking about not just the 7-string neck tension, but curly maple flexes a lot more. Okay, so that keeps those pinned while I do this. Sawdust shower. Go.
About Vanna White.
Nope, I don't think I'm gonna get another one on there. All right, so alright, we got good glue squeeze out everywhere. Now I'm gonna back those screws out, and I'm gonna back those screws out because I don't want to run any risk of the threads actually holding a gap there. I was just using them for alignment while I get the clamps in place. Now the clamps are in place, I want them out of there. Now maybe I can get one in there. There we go. Alright. Okay, and like I said, we got good glue squeeze out everywhere. I see no gaps in the joint. Woo! All right, so now we're gonna let that dry. Okay, so next, I'm gonna have to peel and rinse that later. What next? My fretboard here. I still am not 100% on what I'm doing for inlays. Had a couple of good ideas on the last video. I know Bill over at Borgonian Evolution had said he thought about carbon fiber for doing inlays, which sounds kind of cool, but I'm not so sure about sanding carbon fiber, like when I radius the fretboard. I don't know about that. I thought it might be kind of fun to do like screw heads, cut screw heads off and just use screw heads for the inlays, but I don't want to I don't want to screw with the resin filling and all that, and I don't want to leave just screw heads either. Thought about doing the abalone again, which, I mean, it looks nice and everything. I bought some other inlay materials and they all kind of were underwhelming for what I got. I don't know if I'm going to use any of that for this job. I've got abalone blocks, but the problem is I think I only have enough for 22 frets. I mean, they're really pretty. I can get them out of here. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I only got enough for 22 fret. So, unless I rob one from the other one, but then I only got enough for 19 fret on the next guitar, so that didn't work either.
Do you want those other ones out of the house?
Yeah. Hey, what about maybe that would work? If I would so I do have this idea. I ordered diamond abalone. So it's abalone that's cut into diamonds. And if I did the rectangles all the way down, except at the 12th fret, if I did diamonds, so rectangles the rest of the way, but diamonds at the 12th fret. So I don't know if that would look just absolutely goofy if I would go with the squares everywhere else. And then 2 diamonds. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, and then 24. But that might look weird too, unless I did diamonds up here too, but I don't think those are going to fit between the fret wire. Alright, well anyway, we'll think on that a little bit more. I wish the diamonds were a little bigger. I mean, that's not terrible looking, but it's also kind of tiny. And like I said, I do kind of intend to stain the fretboard. So if I'm going to stain the fretboard, then I also don't know if abalone's way too busy if I stain the fretboard. So, and I did get a couple other materials, but I don't know if that's going to necessarily be a workable option either. This one kind of looks like turquoise. Of course, with this, it means I got to cut them all out, whatever I decide to go with. But, so, there's like a turquoise material. And I have a green material too, but the company that I got it from decided that the best way to protect a brittle piece of inlay material was to ship it from China in a padded paper envelope, so it's broken. but I also have that. So I don't think I'm going to use that on this build since I don't really have any green going on in the finish on this build. But I do have that also for future use. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I thought about just going with black plastic, but that's kind of, that seems like a real cop-out if I'm going to have a really nice fretboard with a lot of nice stain and all that on it. I don't know. I'll keep thinking on it. Keep the ideas coming if anybody's got one. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of My Madness. Click like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.